Daily Words of God. The sentence, "The Son of Man is Lord even of the Sabbath day," tells people that everything about God is not of a material nature. And although God can provide for all of your material needs, once all of your material needs have been met, can the satisfaction from these things replace your pursuit of truth? That is clearly not possible. God's disposition and what He has and is, which we have fellowshipped about, are both the truth. Its value cannot be measured against any material objects, no matter how valuable, nor can its value be quantified in terms of money, because it is not a material object, and it supplies the needs of each and every person's heart. For every person, the value of these intangible truths should be greater than the value of any material things that you might value, should they not? This statement is something you need to linger over. The key point of what I have said is that what God has and is, and everything about God, are the most important things for every single person, and cannot be replaced by any material object. I will give you an example. When you are hungry, you need food. This food can be more or less good or more or less unsatisfactory. But as long as you have your fill, that unpleasant feeling of being hungry will no longer be there. It will be gone. You can sit in peace, and your body will be at rest. People's hunger can be resolved with food. But when you are following God and feel that you have no understanding of Him, how can you resolve the emptiness in your heart? Can it be resolved with food? Or when you are following God and do not understand His will, what can you use to make up for that hunger in your heart? In the process of your experience of salvation through God, while pursuing a change in your disposition, if you do not understand His will, or do not know what the truth is, if you do not understand God's disposition, then will you not feel very uneasy? Will you not feel a strong hunger and thirst in your heart? Will these feelings not prevent you from feeling at rest in your heart? So how can you make up for that hunger in your heart? Is there a way to resolve it? Some people go shopping. Some seek out their friends to confide in. Some people indulge in a long sleep. Others read more of God's words, or they work harder and expend more effort to fulfill their duties. Can these things resolve your actual difficulties? All of you fully understand these kinds of practices. When you feel powerless, when you feel a strong desire to gain enlightenment from God, to allow you to know the reality of the truth and His will, what do you need most? What you need is not a full meal, and it is not a few kind words, let alone the transient comfort and satisfaction of the flesh. What you need is for God to directly and clearly tell you what you should do and how you should do it, to clearly tell you what the truth is. After you have understood this, even if you gain only a tiny bit of understanding, will you not feel more satisfied in your heart than if you had eaten a good meal? When your heart is satisfied, does not your heart and your entire being gain true rest? Through this analogy and analysis, do you understand now why I wanted to share with you this sentence, "The Son of Man is Lord even of the Sabbath day"? Its meaning is that what comes from God, what He has and is, and everything about Him, are greater than any other thing, including the thing or the person you once believed you treasured most. That is to say, if a person cannot gain words from the mouth of God, or they do not understand His will, they cannot gain rest. In your future experiences, you will understand why I wanted you to see this passage today. This is very important. Everything that God does is truth and life. The truth is something that people cannot lack in their lives, and it is something they can never do without. You could also say that it is the greatest thing. Although you cannot look at it or touch it, its importance to you cannot be ignored. It is the only thing that can bring rest to your heart.